The most resilient friendship is the bond shared between two siblings. At SFACC, there are instances where we receive siblings that are a bonded pair, and it is essential that they are adopted as a pair to avoid disrupting their close bond. This is the story of Koda and Sheppa, two German Shepherd siblings that were rescued from the streets of San Francisco.
They have been together for their entire lives. So when Koda and Sheppa arrived here, Koda was 8 and Sheppa was 9, and they were extremely bonded.
Rachel was among the volunteers who dedicated their time to caring for Koda and Sheppa during the 7 months they stayed at SFACC.
You could just tell how extremely connected the two of them were. It was beautiful.
In time, Sheppa fell ill and was slowly losing hope of finding a family, until a pair paid them a visit. Meet Calvin Clark and Sydney Chandler, a couple residing on a 60-acre farm in Sonoma.
Not everyone in the room is petting me at one time. One of my really good friends is a San Francisco police officer, and he actually works with San Francisco Animal Control, and he started sending me pictures of the two of them. And he every day called me and said, "You got to go get these dogs." And eventually we went down and met both of them, and they were amazing, but it was a lot of dog.
They loved each other. Like that their bond was so beautiful and close, and it was really hard because I knew we didn't have the capacity to take both of them, but there was no way that they could ever be separated. And
so we decided that we would think about it, and about a week later they ended up having to put Sheppa down. So we were really sad about that, and so the very next morning I went in and adopted him.
Koda's heart was probably really broken, and he really needed a home, and so it was really important to go get him ASAP.
Sounds like what
He was really sad when he got here, and he was like, he wouldn't get up sometimes, and he kind of the stare off. I think it was a lot at once to also be introduced into this 60-acre property and to miss his sister and to feel all of these feelings. So I think that as time has progressed, I think he's, I don't think he ever will forget her. You can see him with her blanket. He definitely knows that misses her. They spent their whole lives together and been through so much together. But I think that he's settling down a lot more.
When I went, I thought it was really important to, that we bring something that smelled like Sheppa. So they gave us Sheppa's Snoopy blanket. And then a few weeks later, they called and said that, they had Sheppa's ashes, and if I would be interested in taking them, which I, of course, really, really wanted to. And so they're on the mantle with some of the other dogs that we've had here. And that way Sheppa and Koda will be together forever. He'd been at animal control for 7 months, which is, it's just really hard on any dog to be in that kind of situation. And once he came up here, he just kind of, it's a farm and running around. And so I think that it's probably a really good thing that he didn't just have to sit and think about it. I think part of it, Sheppa passed on so that he could have, this wonderful life. We were really worried about our chickens. And so that was kind of we let the chickens out, and he's just so gentle. And, sometimes other dogs will come and visit at the farm, and they'll run around the chicken coop barking at the chickens, and he goes over and puts a stop to it. He's a farm dog at heart. You just can kind of tell, it's you can just see it in their eyes that he's just a nice dog. He's just a big, gentle dog that you kind of want to spend time with.
And having him around, it was really important for him to get along with the animals. The donkey and the pony and the goat, they're all a part of our lives. And the chickens, every sunset, we let them out of the coop and watch them run around. So it was really nice to see how he interacted with Sheppa. It made me a lot calmer, even though I was very nervous about the chickens. But I knew that he was a lover.
He's my 5-foot Velcro dog. So wherever I am, he is. Wherever I go, he has to be. He gets anxiety if because he was bonded with Sheppa. And I think that after Sheppa's gone, now he's kind of bonded to me, where he gets kind of upset if he's not, right next to me. But no, he's great. He gets in and out of the car. He's just a really calm, wonderful dog to have around. I wish more people would look into adopting senior dogs, because a lot of times they've been through it. They're not going to chew up your shoes. With a dog that's been in a rescue for a long time, a dog that's been on the streets, they just really have this, like, I'm just so happy to be here every day. They wake up and they're like, happy to be here, because they've been places where they were not happy. It wasn't a good experience for them. And so he just always has this, I'm happy to be here. He's always smiling. There are a lot of really, really amazing dogs that, for no fault of their own, just can't be where they were. And they really are just so calming and nice to have around all the time. I know a lot of people always want to get a puppy, or a lot of people are very breed specific of what they want. And I think a lot of times when you go to a shelter, seeing, what's the dog that's been here the longest? It's usually not, it's not the dog's fault, and a lot of times the dog can really just turn it around with the right owner and the right amount of love. Go bear. There's the go bear.
Oh. Koda bear.
I love you, Sheppa.
Your little legs, her leg that keeps hitting my foot.
Sheppa. Koda.